to have the Tango technology inside it. So what is Tango? Do you know what is Tango? You know what is Tango? Apart from no, it's not a dance. You know, it's better than that, much better. It's the new technology here. It's a new set of sensors and software from Google, which will give the phone the ability to see the world around it and to know its exact position in space. So I know it sounds a bit complex or just cool, but what does it concretely mean? Well, it means that with this phone you'll be able to enjoy the best experience of augmented reality. Augmented reality measuring, augmented reality gaming, and perhaps even in some select locations, indoor navigation. We'll come back to that later. I'll tell you how awesome that feature is in just a few minutes. Just before, I would like to tell you that the Lenovo Pab 2 Pro is first and foremost a great phone on its own. Let's not forget that. But first of all, design is a given. I mean, obviously phones must look good nowadays, but this one is particularly funky with two very modern colors. It's aluminium and magnesium construct, and it's very resistant and very beautiful. What I'd like to tell you about it is that I was saying it's a great phone. What does it take to be a great phone? What are the four components for a great phone? Screen first, then camera, then sound, and then the battery. Obviously we want a good battery. So I'll show you just very, very quickly why this is a great phone. First of all, we're talking about the screen. Obviously the challenge with a mobile phone is to make sure that you see every little detail on the screen, not just in darkness or in low light environments, but also when the sun outside is blazing. So you want to be able to see that, and this is why we've incorporated the best screen, a beautiful 6.4 Quad HD IPS display, Quad HD that's twice Full HD, by the way, for uncomparable visibility at all times. Now, it's covered as well, I should say, it's mentioned, it's covered with a Gorilla Glass, very smooth 2.5D Gorilla Glass, so it looks beautiful and the picture is very, very bright. Second thing, which is important for a great mobile phone, it is, have you followed? Good camera, indeed. Because nowadays, as you know, we all use our phones as cameras, as fully fledged cameras, so they've got to be very good. Some of them are really, really good. This one is even better. We have incorporated not two cameras like on most phones, but this one has four. One camera, obviously, at the front with a wide angle, so it means you can get everybody in the picture, all your family, if you want all your family that is in the picture. You know, they won't cut off there. You put them there without having to extend your arms over this. And that's an 8 megapixel camera here, and at the back there you have a 16 million megapixel camera here with fast focus and dual tone flash. On top, and that's where it changes from any other phone, here you have a unique rack of cameras here. There's a depth camera and a motion tracking camera, and all this will enable the Tango magic I'll tell you about in just a minute. Let's talk about sound, which is the third thing that is great about a mobile phone. How many times have you been to a concert and you've been recording it, you go back home, play to your friends, to your family, and the sound sounds dreadful? Well, that's the thing of the past with the Lenovo Pab 2 Pro, because it actually has this Dolby technology, which means that you will be able to hear the sound just the way it was captured in the first place, with 360 lifelike recording. So when you play it back, it's just like being at the concert. In terms of microphone, this has 3 microphones for all-around active noise cancellation, so that really captures your voice crystal clear. And at the bottom here, you'll find a powerful speaker with Dolby Atmos to make sure that when you play it back, you're into it's like a cinematic rendu, as we say in French. So you'll have this cinematic sound experience. That's for sound. Fourth, last but not least, the battery. As you know, with most smartphones today, it's the biggest pain point because most of them don't last a day. Well, here with a 4000 250 milliampere battery, that's really big. You'll be able to go through an intense day, even with all the technology we put in there, the Tango technology, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. In fact, I'll talk about it right now, because this is what really excites us about this little Tango here, and how it is going to transform your phone to allow you to enter the world of the best augmented reality. Now, just to show you what augmented reality can do on this phone, I'm going to play a game of dominoes, if you don't mind. You've got to imagine an empty space, like in here. We shot that, you see a bit earlier on, we're going to see that in a minute. And we're going to create our own world of dominoes with Domino's World. Here's the video, so we come into this app Domino World, we turn a new world. What you do is that you stand back slightly from the surface, you point your phone towards it, and by pressing, you'll be able to place virtual dominoes on the surface. Now, when I say virtual, these are actually extremely lifelike, because unlike anything you've seen anywhere else, you'll be able to zoom. You know, when you arrive, it will zoom, so you will see them closer. You can move around them, you can put obstacles in the middle, and they'll still be there, just as if they were there in front of you. We'll put some more dominoes here, and a few things like a helicopter and a car to make the experience a bit more exciting. We'll crush it all now, and look at that. You're in your real space, and all this is happening. Dominoes get crushed, the car falls on the side of the table, and this is it. And the great thing is that obviously, because it's there in your own world, you can start all over again and watch it from a different angle and see it's all back on somebody's going in the background, everything is still there in place. And this is how it all works, because by seeing what's around it, the phone is able to project virtual information onto the real world. With a combination of different hardware and software developed by Google, like motion tracking, depth perception, or area learning, it is able to move a virtual object rapidly into your perspective, so it gives you this lifelike overlay of a virtual object within your real space. Isn't that wonderful? It's quite nice, but this is not everything you can do. You can do many other things with that. For instance, let's see how this works with space. You know, there is a big appliance and furniture provider in the US called Lowe's, and they've made this app with the Tango technology. You can do two things on it. You can measure things, so you're in your room, it's empty, and you can just, you know, measure from place to another. This is also a capability that's built in the phone already, but this is in this app. But look at this video here. You can also have the ability to design your own interior. If you want to put a fridge, for instance, in your new home, imagine you've got this great new place, you don't know what appliances you're going to put there. So you select designer, and by just pointing the surface on the floor, you select the place you want your fridge, for instance. Once you find it, well, you just press on a button. Here you'll be able to go straight to the shop, to Lowe's in this fact catalog, and choose what you like. But the refrigerator here, you want to put it there, see what it would look like, pop, like this, and there it is, life size in your room. You can go around it, you can add some more, let's say we'll add a cooker, a gas cooker, and abracadabra, it's there as well. So you're really able to sense how it's going to look like in your house. You can go around it and do it like that. The only thing you can't do is pour out a pint of milk from inside the fridge, but that's maybe coming in the next update, I don't know. So this is how it would look like. No more moving heavy furniture, no more, you know, being there with your tape measure for hours, instantly like that, and it can disappear as quickly as it came. So this is how it works, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, because the opportunities in applications with that technology are truly great. We talk about education, it could be gaming, it could be indoor navigation. With the potential is great. We already have 30 apps that use this technology even before we launch, and by the time we launch very quickly, we'll have hundreds of them available. So this really is going to change the way we relate to our smartphone by making them much more useful to us. In the very near future, for instance, if you go to a museum, you'll be able to go straight to the painting you like in that museum just by following virtual augmented reality directions on the floor. You'll be following them there with your smartphones, and you'll be guided straight to that painting with no efforts whatsoever. If you go to the supermarket, you'll be able to just walk straight to the product you want, and you'll be able, might be able to also see the product outside of its box or assemble, which is no short of a revolution. So plenty of things to happen with us, with Tango technology developed with Google, and obviously Lenovo with the Lenovo Pab 2 Pro. If you're wondering when it's coming out, it's actually released globally in September. It comes out in 2 colors, gunmetal grey or champagne gold, and it will be available at the recommended US retail price of $499. That includes the dog, but that's a different thing. The dog is actually on the application called Raise, which is fantastic and very entertaining. Thank you very much for your attention. If you want some more information or have a deep dive into the Tango experience, please have a quick chat with our wonderful ladies over there, Agathe, Yasmin and Anne. We'll be very delighted to show you all about the Tango magic. Thank you very much, and see you here in a few minutes for more innovation from Lenovo. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. Thanks.